Okay, here we are again. I'm gonna take another shot at making this Armor of God shirt design. Let's see. What can we do about this? See, I have this. I have a couple of designs in here too from other artists that I'm gonna try and use to help me piecemeal this thing together, in a good way. But just first off, right off bat, let's get rid of this here. Just turn that off. What I'm thinking about doing is kind of just getting rid of this whole arm right here. I think what I want to do is use a little contrapposto, and that's where you kind of shift the angles of the shoulders and the hips a little bit. And what you saw me doing just now, I was trying to find a brush that was not too heavy, not too thick. I need something really thin, so kind of like this. I'm trying to put these shoulders a little bit higher, kind of like this. Kind of like that there. Kind of like that. Yeah, let's erase this other shoulder here. Get rid of some of these old lines, make it make some sense a little bit. I'm gonna change it to a harder brush. Right, just like that there. Go back to my previous drawing. Oh, I see. Something like this. Kind of like that there. Yeah, I like that. And then also what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take this shield off too. Let's just focus on the body. Let's focus on making the body as cool as possible. Something like that right there. So that's coming together a little bit, right? Already I feel a little bit of action, the power. He's got his arm up like this. He's gonna have a shield, and he's gonna be kind of posted up, right? So honestly, I should know, but I don't know what's going on with this right here, so I'm just gonna erase it. I don't really care right now. I don't care about this scabbard, this sword scabbard right here either, or these extra little lines right here. What I want to do, let's go ahead and let's just kind of define the belt loop there, and Actually, this should probably come up like that. Come up like this. Actually, let's take that back. I want to close this belt off just a little bit sooner. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. I don't like these lines I drew over here. So I'm just gonna kind of try to make it make sense a little bit. Let's get rid of that line right there. Let's just close this off. This is supposed to just kind of come up on along in there like that. Let's close that off. Oh yeah. So I went exercising today, and I usually go for a 2-mile run and then I'll lift right afterwards. And man, that 2-mile run, it's the same run I do all the time. I don't know if I just went harder today than I usually do, but it really kicked my ass a little bit afterwards. I'm still recovering. I'm gonna go ahead and erase all this at the bottom. I'm gonna do something a little sharper, tighten it up a little bit. And see, this is why it's already looking good. And this is why starting a concept, and if you're still not feeling that concept, just set it down. Do as much as you can with it, set it down, and come back to it. Because I already feel like it's sharper than what it was before. Get that belt in there. Do kind of like that right there. The camera's off a little bit, but that's fine. So this looks like the belt for the sword hilt, sword scabbard. So what I'll probably do is something. Oh, excuse me. I'll probably I'll erase this belt right here, and I'll draw it kind of coming up and out like that. Something kind of like that there. Let's make our eraser a little smaller. Let's put some belt things in there, the belt holes in here like that. Solidify this a little bit. Darken some of these lines up a little bit here. Let's get rid of some of these other lines. I don't know what they're for. They're here, not really making that much of a difference. Try to go back in and put some other lines in here that seem to make it look right a little bit. Try to fill this cross in some color a little to show that it's supposed to have some color. Alright. Same thing with the belt down here. We'll fill it in a little bit. Alright, I think we got something. It's kind of a decent little start, right? Again, a second start. So now, I really like this arrow in the shoulder kind of deal that's going on. I like the helmet. I think the helmet looks pretty straight. I'm going to fill the eyes in too, just to kind of help show the color that I'm thinking of right there, right? Shoot, why not? We'll do some of these things here too. I want to kind of show the fabric kind of going up over the helmet just a little bit. Bring the fabric around some. Cool, cool, cool. Like that. Alright, so that's a pretty good start. We're going to save that. Now let's bring, what's next? The shield? We'll bring the shield back in, right? So I think the shield, we're going to... I think it was like down here. I think we're going to raise it up some. Let's actually turn the opacity down on this one, on the body. Let's turn it down to about 20, 30%, 30%. All right. I like the shield, but the problem I have with it, well, that's not that big of a problem. It's not that big of a problem. I was going to say the angle, but I think the angle is actually kind of fine. Oh. Let's get our brush back. I think the angle is fine. So let's just fill in the... Let's fill it back in, because we lost some of it, right? Okay, so we got a hand here. We're only seeing partial of the hand, so let's go ahead and fill the hand in a little bit. Put 4 more fingers on there. Something kind of like that, right? So it looks like we may not even get to see the shoulder at all, is what it's looking like. Because if I go back in here and I get my eraser tool, just where the shield is sitting at, we're gonna erase a lot of this. What sucks is I kind of wanted to draw more of the shoulder and everything to kind of help show like what's going on there. But I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I erased it, but we're gonna turn it back off for a second. And then what I'm gonna do is I got another drawing layer here. I don't know what's going on. Why my brush tools, it just wasn't, I wanted to draw in white instead of in black. So if the arm, if we could actually see the arm, it would be really bunched up like this. You see that bicep, and then the hand would continue on like that. You kind of have your wrists. It'll probably look something kind of like this, similar to this. Let's turn that shield back off. We don't need it anymore at the moment. And sometimes, no, you don't need to see this necessarily, but sometimes it helps. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure. I need to share this. I forgot to share on Facebook, so nobody's actually seen it. So, like I was saying, sorry about that. We got our brush tool. Sometimes, even though you don't need to see it in particular, it still really helps to draw it anyway, to help you kind of understand the muscle groups that you're dealing with. Probably overdrawn this muscle, but it's gonna be worth it at the end of the day. See, already I'm seeing some discrepancies in how I built this up. We might not even use this, you know, because right here I want the arm to be a little bit closer, to be a little bit tighter. Like that. There you go. But see, the problem with that is that the shield doesn't fully cover it like it's supposed to, considering how high up his arm is. Just to finish this off, you know, you have your 4 knuckles. That's probably too much. I mean, I can turn the shield back on. It's gonna be more or less the same thing. Something kind of like that. Oh man, my back is killing me. And like that. And so over here, what I would like to see might be, his shoulder might be a little lower. Actually, no, his shoulder's gonna be higher. It'd be kind of like this. Because I want his arm to come up like this here. I want it to kind of be like that. It might be too That's more like it. So consider his shield is like this. His shield is like that, right there. And the sword, I think the sword was around here somewhere. Oh, did I not paste it back? See, that's why we always make a copy beforehand. And just look at it. Look at how different it looks from the original already. Turn it back off. I want this sword up. I want it engaging. And then the shield, kind of like that, right? Let me get that sword back. Let's erase all this junk around it. Alright, now that we erased the junk, now let's fill in the hand again. Something kind of like that. Something like that, right? Nope, we don't want the original. Oh man. And what I see is already a problem a little bit is with this arm. This one right here. Let's put the sword up here so we can actually play with it a little bit more. Let's turn the arms off for a second. Let's actually name it so I can know where I'm looking at. Sword. Shield. Okay. Okay. It's not too bad. Now, this is where we would have to kind of draw some arms in, but the shield, I think what I want to do, let's make a copy of it. I think I want to widen it out a little bit more, kind of like that. open that shield up. I think that right there is perfect. I think that's what I'm looking for. It's like it's not covering up the whole body, but it's doing enough where it looks viable. It looks like it's supposed to be that way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this mask and I'm gonna make a new mask on that layer, on the body layer. And then again, I'm gonna come back and erase. I'm gonna erase that right there, right? And let's just go ahead and get everything that's inside the hand too. Boom, boom. It looks good. It looks solid. It looks full. We can see more of the shield. We can see his body. We can see there's a hand there. The big thing now is going to be this hand over here. I'm actually really happy with this shield. I'm happy with how that looks. It looks more engaged. It looks more action posed. And I'm going to get rid of that other shield that we had saved. Sword. Now, okay. This is where it's going to get tricky because I'm going to have to draw this hand outstretched a little bit more. So let's take our eraser tool again. Wait for my computer to catch up. Let's go ahead and save because I'm already having some slowdown. I think it might be from using a lot of RAM right now, which is fine. I understand. As long as we back ourselves up, we should be good. So we erase all that was in there. And now we're going to come back and we're just going to try and focus on... Let's focus on just where this hand is. Let's focus on the arm being outstretched out. So you got to imagine if it's coming closer to you, it's going to be wide. It's that foreshortening. You know, when I'm coming closer to your face, it's, you know, it's getting larger, not smaller. And then also going to make sure we got an appropriate amount of shoulder to arm ratio going on here. And it can't, this bicep can't be too bunched up. It needs to be outstretched. I don't know, that looks really weird. It looks really weird. What I might have to do is I might have to take a picture. The arm might need to be stretched out just a little bit more. Really go to the edge. Yeah, I think that is what we're looking for. Let's erase all of this. I don't think this is doing us any good. So this shoulder is going to be up in here. Right, and then this arm is going to be outstretched like that. Elbow. Just kind of like that. Right? So with that being said, now let's get that. Let's see if we can actually draw And see, it's actually going to be important for us to draw this arm as accurately as possible, because we are going to be drawing an arm at the end of this. Let's get rid of the sword. Let's just focus on getting these muscle groups and everything correct. Let's not worry about the hand and the sword or anything right now anymore. See, that right there is actually, it's actually right. You know, it's actually pretty close to what you expect from an actual arm. What I might want to do is make it an underarm instead of an overarm. And this elbow might be a little too prominent. I need to tone it down just a little bit. Get that under muscle in there. Something like that. That might be the only problem with this arm, is it might be too small. It's definitely a good arm, but we might need to boost it up just a little bit more so it can match our guy. With that being said, we might have to shrink this whole thing down so we can fit it, the whole thing in the screen. And see, the issue that we're running into now with expanding the wingspan of his arms and stuff is that we might be running out of space to deal with all of this. Simply because we have his arm outstretched. And that sucks. But we'll figure it out. If we turn it down like this. If we do that, I'm not even too worried about what's in this hand anymore. Not too worried about that. But what I will do though, let's come back to this arm. Let's turn this arm a little bit. Maybe like that, right? And then what I could do, let's drop the opacity on the arms down a little bit. Let's make a copy of this body layer. And then let me it's not working. What was I on? Oh, so the body layer, right? What I want to do is erase some of this fabric that's on this arm right here. And this arm, let's erase some of this junk that's in here. We don't need to see all this anymore. The body, I'm going to let's turn it up a little bit. I didn't realize it was still so low. Just So let's take that back. Let's make the fabric actually come out over this thing. And the arm, you're probably not gonna see all of this right here. But you will see some chainmail. Okay. I have to get rid of this. Just gonna have to erase this like a normal person. Let's just tighten this arm up just a little bit more. Still not really convinced. So I think this is a really good arm. The left one's a really good arm. Well, my problem probably is I'm just not sold on it. It doesn't look very good. I might have to bring it in a little bit. That's probably exactly what it is too. Whoop, whoop. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So let's actually... Alright, so let's get these muscle groups. Kind of like that. The arm wouldn't be so long either. All right, now the hand. We're going to draw a makeshift hand. Just real quick. I'm not saying it's going to be our end-all be-all hand. Hand might be a little too large. Kind of like that. I think that's good. Oh, it went up again a little bit. Something like that there. Let's move it over a bit. The hands should be roughly the same size. I would say they kind of are. Enough. Because now that this hand is not in your face as much, it's further back a little bit. Kind of like that. Let's get rid of these lines here. Boom, boom. And let's get that sword back. My computer is really having a tough time. Alright, let's get the sword back. Let's put it kind of like this. Let's turn all this other stuff off real quick because I want to see the sword. I'm going to erase all this stuff here. I gotta tell you, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It's really becoming a stronger piece.
That's not my business.
Let's get this hand. Let's turn it. And we'll leave it right there. We're gonna leave the hand right there. What we'll do, we'll connect the arm to it. Alright, and I'm gonna add a layer mask to the sword. And I'm gonna erase right where the hand will overlap it. Okay. That is looking really good. Let's add another layer mask to this arm. Let's get our eraser tool and actually erase all of this arm. I know it sucks. We took all that time to draw it. It's so beautiful, but our main focus is going to be the shield. And it's fine because what we're going to do is actually do some more stuff to the shield here. Save. Let's get our brush tool back. And we're just going to finish drawing some of these arrow lines. I'm gonna get rid of these other arrow lines. Is it working? Oh, so it's not even the same drawing. What's going on here? No. Let's get rid of these extra lines here. And then we're gonna finish off some of the lines here. They had the arrow going out. Boom, boom. Just gonna erase in there just a little bit. Okay, let's take the body layer and let's boost it back up again all the way to 100% because I want to see the drawing as finished as possible. So for the arms, I think they're just a little too they're too defined, so I'm gonna bump it down just a little bit to match other drawings. I'm gonna boost that back up a little bit. So not bad. What we're gonna have to do for this right arm, we're gonna have to put some chainmail and armor to it. That's not hard to do. Excuse me. What I need to do though, this is what I'm gonna do. Where you at? Where's you? chainmail. What I'll do is I'll make a new layer that's gonna go over the top of the arm, and I'm gonna turn everything else off except for the arm. I think the sword might be a little too short in the hilt too, and the handle, but we'll fix that later on. That's an easy fix, easy buckets. Let's drop the opacity for the arms down a little bit more. Let's go on here. Let's draw them with like a gauntlet. We'll just kind of make up our own little thing here. I'll put like a strap going across. I'll draw it like it's coming around. Kind of like that. Not too satisfied with these straps. I'm going to try to do this a little bit better. It needs to have more of a curve to it. Like it's going around his arm, right? As far as chainmail, I need to find the original drawing again. Okay, so it's very bulky, it's very sloshy, like it's loose. It's not really on him tightly or anything like that. So we're not gonna see a lot of his muscles and stuff like that. Wrong layer. So it's gonna be kind of drooping down. You know, it's gonna be that's a strap. That's a strap. He's strapped up. He's strapped up. Kind of like that there. Let's see how it turns out. Nope. Shield. I think that looks good. I think it's a great start. It's a great it fits in with the whole dynamic. And what I probably will do down here for the legs, I might just do something kind of like that. Just to show that he had legs somewhere. We just kind of cut them off a little bit. So I'm not going to really worry about making this look as accurate as possible down here. We might just end up making it black altogether. But what I might also end up doing is getting, I might have to end up drawing the texture of chainmail, which It's kind of like drawing scales on a lizard or a snake, especially a snake. It's very tedious, very excuse me, a lot of gas. Very time consuming. It can really suck. It can really bog down the whole drawing process. And you know, but it is what it is. It's what we do for the sake of art. The only other thing I have to do is draw this, make this hand a little bit more convincing. So we'll probably go in here, erase this here. Up and then down. And then I'm not gonna get too bogged down into that, but what I will do is I'll draw like these little cufflets, kind of showing that the fingers are in like in some kind of chainmail kind of thing. And we'll draw kind of like something going around the hand. Blah blah blah. Yakety smackety. If you know that reference, you'll get it. And then going back to the sword, like I was saying earlier, it's the only thing we haven't really touched on. But what I want to do with that is I want to take this piece here and just bring it down a little bit, because I need it to feel, his hand is going to be real close up on the garter part. But it needs to be a little longer. And this is probably something we can fix. Oh man, I didn't realize how low opacity this thing was. We can fix this a little bit later on. It's not a big deal right now. Oh, actually, let's get rid of whatever cutout we had did. 'Cause we're gonna cut everything out ourselves. Right here. Fill this in with some off color. We're gonna do the same up here. Solidify the garter just a little bit more. And I'm actually gonna fill this in with some color too, so we can differentiate the hand from the sword. Booyah. I mean, I think that's it. I think we got our drawing. I think it's powerful. I think it's real. It feels real. It's got everything, and I feel really good about it. So the next part is to is the outline. We did it. We're there. So I will probably pick back up on this a little bit later, maybe tomorrow. We'll go back in and we'll start doing the actual outlines and get it ready for like a black and white. And then after that, we'll start working with the colors, and then we can start adding the textures in. The textures will be last. The textures gonna be a lot. We'll do something really cool with the metal. We'll probably put some like cool gradients and stuff in there. Maybe some highlights of like some purples, some golds, something like that. Let's close this. Let's close this up for now. I think we got our image. We're gonna name this. We're gonna put it all in one layer and call it image. We're gonna get rid of all these other layers that we had created. So with this drawing right here, now we can actually start playing with the idea of, let's save. I always gotta save. We can start playing with the idea of made it a smart object so we can manipulate it at this point exactly how it is, and not have to worry about anything being affected or being blown out of different proportions and stuff. But this is where we start actually playing with the drawing and some typography, some really cool words. We can actually start planning out some of those colors and things too. So we can do like put on the armor of God. Put on the whole armor of God? Something like nah, it's gotta be something cooler. Something like that, right? And then we can do some cool things like this here. We start playing with perspectives. We can start playing with some different things like that. Honestly, I don't really feel like drawing a font. What we might end up doing is just, ooh, there's a lot going on. We might just end up playing with the font like we might play with the font like this. You know, we have this. Oh man. And doing a like maybe this horizontal distortion. I don't like that though. Kind of like that, right? No vertical. But then maybe put it under the image. And then it's so red. And that font, that stroke is so large. Maybe even take off the stroke, right? Let's take off the stroke. Let's change up that font a little bit. Let's find something neat. Let's try this for now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. So let's turn that off. Ephesians 6:12. Let's do 20. Let's do that. Let's actually line it all up. Line it all up. Let's erase that down there. It's pretty solid right there. Honestly, we could do this right here and it would fly, right? And then we could play around with a shield in the background. Let's turn this off for a second and let's do a shape layer. Let's do this right here. Let's add it in. See, this is why coming up with a great design is so good, because then afterwards you don't have to worry about fixing the shape. You can fit everything else around the design, the drawing itself. Then you can start playing with this stuff here, which is pretty cool. So this is where it's gonna get a little tricky with the text. So I want this to be at the bottom. You can be on there. I want these to be on top. That might be too much, and that might be a lot, but that's why we play around with it. We try it out, we push it to its max, see how far we can go with it, and then if we still aren't digging it, then we don't have to do it, but see it through to the end. Shield. So like, yeah, so like for instance, we got the shield here. What if we cut off a solid shape, right? So that it fit the shape of this shield back here. We might have to make this straight on. You see how it's coming together? It's pretty nice. Actually, let's move everything up. We're hitting the bottom. What? Guess the shield's not in there. Move everything up like that. Yeah, let's not make it so wide. But we will arc it just a little bit more. Maybe about 40. Is that center? It doesn't seem like it's center. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of text. Let's hit up everything in here. Let's make it center. I don't think that center is really hitting on how I want it to. Now let's grab everything. And see, the cool thing about a good composition is that it doesn't really need to have the shield, right? You can take the shield out and it still looks good. You can take the image out and it still looks good. You can take the text out and it still looks good on its own. And we might just end up using the shield simply because it's strong with it. But I can probably put Ephesians 6:12 at the bottom there. How it is. But you know, it's not really no. Just not sure it's really. It was a deep art. I kind of want it to be like that, but I want it to be legible. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it like how I want it. If I can't get it the way I want it like that, then at the very least, I can put it within the parameters. Shrink it down in. Like that. Then like that. So we'll take whole armor of God. Boom. And then let's turn those back off. Ephesians 6:12. That's where it's tricky. I gotta get that somewhere. But for the most part, I think that's it. I think we got a really good start. We got a really good concept. Strong. There's nothing else to really tackle at this point. This is just something that's just bothering me looking at this. So I just gotta get rid of this excess white, this spillage. All right, there we go. That's our concept. I think it's great. It's an original. I took something and I kind of pieced it together and changed it around. There's nothing out there like this. It's mine, and I think it's fun, and we're gonna do it. All right. So thanks for watching. Let's pick back up next time, and we'll start with the outlining. All right.